This is exciting. We got more people.
Are you ready? Yes. Okay, we're going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. We're going to do roll call. We have a quorum here of 6 out of the 9, so we're missing Kevin, Jet, and Scott. So next, we're going to pledge the flag, and can we have some helpers, please?
Oh,
We want to
pretty
get
bows in their hair?
Francesca, Luciana, and Arabella. Could somebody turn that microphone on right there? Kirby, Kurt, would you get that microphone for them right here?
Handheld.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic over which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, girls. Thank you very much.
Yay, nice. That's the best pledge we've ever had.
Did everybody get a chance to look over the minutes from last month?
Yes.
Do we have any questions or concerns?
Move to approve as written. So.
Have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approved. And apparently everyone over an approval. I didn't ask for adjournment last time. I just adjourned us, so.
Okay. Should we make a
apologize.
motion?
Apologize for that.
Adjourn that last meeting.
You don't really have to make a motion to adjourn, but you can if you want to.
She's been reading Robert's rules.
Yes.
Poor thing.
So
I
Made a
always,
motion to close it out.
in Ellie's previous job with the city, she was in charge of the planning commission, the board of zoning, 3 or 4 different commissions, and so she ran a very tight ship. So
for her.
she is tightening things up. It's just like this. You know, me and Stephen were talking, and Ellie beforehand. We needed to do the swearing in. We just didn't know we needed to do it. But we do need to make it official because you are an official entity of the city. So that just completes it. So you're going to see, I think, more timely information coming to you about the meetings and the agendas because Ellie's all over it.
All
So,
right. That's great. Thank you.
And I told her that we very much need that because we're, just to be honest with you, we're busy doing stuff. And sometimes we didn't do things in the times we need to. So Ellie's going to keep our nose to the grindstone on that and getting the information.
Yeah, but we don't.
I'm fun.
We still want to be the fun place. We don't want to
No.
the planning commission. That's all.
No, we'll still be the fun thing.
you guys talk about fun things.
That's true.
All right.
So,
Thank
Ellie, thank you.
Sure, no problem.
I don't think we have any old business to discuss tonight, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into the new business. And the first one's going to be the paid fitness proposal. And
I'll just hand this out as a reminder. This was discussed at the workshop, if you remember. And it was decided at the workshop that it would move forward. This is just the sheet. I'll make my way down to the podium.
I'm excited.
will you come on?
That's really good.
Yeah, if anybody has any questions on this.
You're up here too.
So
Abandoned me.
See that.
Okay, we're proposing that the paid fitness plan that we discussed at the workshop be approved by Rec Commission tonight. I'm asking for that. And does anybody have any questions about what is on this paper here and what we discussed?
I don't know, I think we went over it rather thoroughly at the workshop.
Did we discuss all these locations at the workshop?
Yes, we
Okay.
discussed that there would be certain locations where we would designate spaces.
Okay, and just to be clear, the Wills Park event lawn is the space where the new pavilion is, right? But it's not the new pavilion. You can't rent that. You can only rent the grass around it.
Grass area. The Grove is what it's being called now.
The Grove.
The Grove. Are we officially calling it that now?
That is what the master plan calls it.
That is what the master plan.
So we're planting trees?
No. The grove is
surrounded.
encompassing the whole area. The event lawn is just where we're talking about, but the grove takes in the dog park and the area beside it, which we have plans for as well.
That include planting trees?
Yeah, we'll probably plant some trees.
We'll plant one just for you,
least one.
Cheryl.
Two makes a grove.
Okay.
Any other questions, concerns?
So we're not gonna count the number of people, though, that people want to put in these spaces?
Well, we'll keep track of how many people we're issuing permits to. We can
No,
always pull.
no, in terms of like, if they have like a fitness class or like a yoga class and there's like 700 people out there on the grass.
Oh, well, they'll be limited, obviously, to the number of the space.
Okay.
Yeah, we have capacity limits in all of these spaces.
Oh, do you? Okay,
Yes.
that was my question. Okay.
Yes. We don't want 700 people on the event lawn.
No, I would think that'd be too many. I mean, okay, fair enough. I'm just,
Okay, any other questions? Do we have any motion?
you're sitting next to him, you got the motion written down.
I make a motion to approve the paid fitness plan as written.
Do I have a second? All in favor?
Yep, let's do
Aye.
that.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Okay, the second thing we're going to talk about today
I'm so happy. This thing's on.
is the MOU with the city of Milton.
I am so happy.
No, hang on. Let's, what we're looking to do tonight is hopefully to approve the Parks and Rec Department going forward to the city council with a MOU. We do not have the MOU written yet.
Okay.
This is just a
Understanding.
motion or something to to let the Parks and Rec move forward to city council. So that's what we're looking to do
Okay.
tonight.
And if we get that designation tonight, then we're gonna take, there was a sheet of paper at your seat, that's what will then be included in the MOU. Those are the statements that will be included in the MOU as we move forward, because what we'll have to do first is get an MOU, write it, then our legal department has to look at it, as well as the Milton's legal department has to look at it, and then it'll be placed on a workshop to talk about at council, and then it will be voted on. But this is the first big step toward moving that.
Yes.
And just as a reminder, this is it's not a resurrection of the old MOU, and that's what I want to make sure that everybody understands. We're not, the old MOU basically had Milton paying us money to do things. This MOU is truly a memorandum of understanding that is jointly between the city of Alpharetta and the city of Milton. Milton's going to be taking on the responsibility for overseeing the football program. We're going to retain looking out after the softball program. Residents of both cities will be able to be in both programs at the resident rate, as well as the two special needs camps. So at this proposal, two football fields will be used for football and cheerleading in the city of Milton, and only one in the city of Alpharetta. And that's a major factor. They're bringing another field to the table, and so that's the biggest difference that we're looking at. We think it's a win-win for everybody, and it does, for full disclosure, does take care of the softball ladies that came and made the eloquent presentation to us last year, to continue to play with AYSA.
Well, didn't you mention in that meeting that there's a possibility that we'll be signing a lacrosse?
Yes, yes. Our plan is that once this is executed, then we're going to approach the Alpharetta Youth Lacrosse Association about becoming a youth association with the city of Alpharetta, and if they do that, then we would talk about them using the field that we now have, that would now be available.
But that wouldn't involve Milton residents.
No, it would not involve Milton residents.
Is that the STICS program, or is that something different?
The STICS program is a lacrosse program that lots of different places do,
Okay.
but this is actually, the one group we're going to talk to is known as the Alpharetta Youth Lacrosse Association. They play out of Alpharetta High School, and they're just busting at the seams and running out of space. So we would very much like to bring that association into the fold. Because
Especially if they're using our name.
yeah, so But again, I don't want, I certainly can answer those questions, but that's not, doesn't, it would be the next step if we get the MOU approved, but it's not part of what we're actually asking for tonight. But that's subsequently, that's one of the things we want to do.
And the growth of lacrosse seems to be,
Oh, absolutely. That is,
as compared to
absolutely.
football leveling off or something.
Yeah, but we really think that this MOU is going to help two programs that have seen a decrease in the last couple of years, and that's football and softball. Both of them have seen numbers, not big declines, but they've started to go down, and we think these numbers will help us locally to get those numbers and build them back up.
Do we have any other questions or concerns?
Yes, so we need a motion.
I move that we push forward with this MOU. Is that what we're looking for?
We're allowing the Parks and Rec to take an MOU to the city council, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I second.
All in favor?
Thank you, Morgan, for working on this.
The motion has passed.
Thank you.
I think it's going to be great.
I do
think
too.
if it goes through city council, this is going to be wonderful.
Outstanding idea.
So,
What do you think, any undercurrents from Milton that they'll go?
No, I think Milton is on board. And it works well for Milton. It gets them back in the softball game, and it also gives them a program that they need. You know, football becomes their program, something they can wrap their hands around. And totally off the record, but I know we're being recorded, is that I hope it pushes Milton to do more recreation programming, because they haven't got the capacity right now, but they need to move in that direction. And again, if you're from Milton and you're listening, I don't mean to put any pressure on it, but you know, if a successful recreation program in Milton only helps us to be more successful.
Morgan,
not
who's
competition.
acting as the director of Parks and Recs there?
There's Tom McElveen is now he's the recreation manager
Okay.
for the city of Milton. They don't have a recreation director position anymore. He works he works directly under the city administrator, but he's not a department head.
Okay,
He's the manager of that department.
okay.
Tom McElveen, we've known him. He actually worked for the city of Alpharetta, worked for the city of Roswell in another life for a brief stint with those. He's a good guy and a friend of ours, and we're a friend of his. So I think we have a really good relationship with the city of Milton right now.
Good. Did he ever work with you in Roswell when you were there?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
okay, this is great. Okay, we want to go ahead and move on to the division reports. And Amanda? Yep.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Nice to see you all. Quick update for you on what's coming up in the Community Services Division. On the event side of things, we are bringing back food trucks. We're doing a summer pop-up. So it's just 3 months, and it's the first Thursday in June, July, and August. So it'll be in the same place. We will have about 10 to 12 trucks, and we will have live music on those dates, and that'll be from 5:30 to 10:30, or 5 to 10, sorry. We also have the Home by Dark concerts are coming to Brook Street Park. Those will be starting on June 12th. They will be the 12th, the 19th, the 10th and 24th of July, and the 14th and 28th of August. Those will be from 7:30 to 10:30. So those are really, really exciting. I'm telling you guys this, and I know this is recorded too. We will be announcing this publicly on May 18th. So that's next Tuesday. We'll make the big formal announcement for the rest of the world.
And what were those dates again? I can't write that.
That's okay. June 12th and 19th, July 10th and 24th, and August 14th and 28th.
Do you have any idea what the COVID thing is going to be doing? What the COVID restriction will be? Like, you're going to paint circles in the grass, or is it just going to be come and sit?
we'll be following the state guidelines of COVID, so people will, yes. Not this weekend, but next weekend, May 22nd and 23rd, will be Art in the Park. That's out here in Brook Street Park, so that's starting up again. We're very happy about that. And then the following weekend, we have the Alfreda Art Street Festival, and that will happen in the Grove at Wills Park.
The event field,
We're glad there's not trees. We can have artists out there.
We shouldn't call it the Grove. That's my only objection. If you call it the Grove, I think we're thinking trees.
it can be the event field at the Grove.
Yeah, we gotta have trees.
Well, if you went to Mississippi, you gotta have a place to put tailgate tents up out there, Cheryl, so.
I didn't go to Mississippi though.
Well, that's where they tailgate, is at the Grove.
Oh, and are there trees?
Probably not.
Well, that's good. Well, this is recorded.
Okay, on the marketing side of things, there's a lot, all of these activities, and it's not just my division that's has a lot going on. So marketing is very busy right now, communicating all of this to the public in a very organized and strategic way. You cannot put this information out successfully with a fire hose. It has to come out in a way that is going to be digestible. So Emily has been very, very busy trying to get this message out to the public. Marketing has also been working on our park planning. And so we have some community input events coming up. And so we're developing a really nice strategy and approach to doing that in a really engaging way. And marketing's been very, very busy with that as well. And lastly, on the agriculture front, our classes are growing. We just had a night class the other day about succulents. We had a Fulton County teacher came and he taught us all about caring for succulents, which can be really hard if you haven't done it. And then coming up on June 12th, we have the Metro Atlanta Beekeepers Association. They are hosting their Junior Beekeeper event. It's an all-day seminar for kids under the age of 12. It's awesome. I've done it with my daughter. If your kids are into insects, it's a really cool way to get them feeling safe and comfortable around honeybees. They have little miniature suits for the kids to put on, and they get to look in a hive. It's really wonderful, and that's going to take place at the farm. So we've been wanting to do that for the last 2 years. I'm really happy that we get to do that this year. Our volunteerism is growing drastically. We have so many people signing up. I think some of the recent PR has really helped with that. And as an example, this week I have one volunteer named Annie. She's signed up every day this week. So we have people that are coming back repeat. They're saying, that they want to take ownership of a particular thing. People were really inspired by the Grow a Row program, and it's been wonderful because now we have people coming back on repeat, which is beautiful. We've had our third weekly harvest for North Fulton Community Charity Food Bank last week, and people are signing up for that. We had to actually create a dedicated Sign Up Genius volunteer sign up just for Harvest Day because we had so many people coming out that we just couldn't manage all those people, and we need to know who's coming out. And so
Just to be clear, Amanda, it's not a bunch of kids trying to get their volunteer hours for school, right? It's like
no, these are adults.
These are adults.
These are adults. Yes, some people bring small children. They might have a 6-year-old. Today I had a mother with maybe a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, and they were washing pots. They were doing dishes for us, we call it. So no, it's mostly adults. We occasionally have a teenager or someone pursuing Eagle Scout that has other things to earn, but what I'm talking about is adults coming out. And so coming up next, we are planning our fall crops already. Like summer hasn't even happened, but we're already planning when the kale goes in the trays. And so we're always a season ahead, which is exciting. Our greenhouse did arrive, so we'll be building that over the summer, and that will be ready for the fall. That is all. I like this looking forward stuff.
Right.
How's the chickens?
The chickens are doing great. You know what? We haven't settled on a name, but we now know that it has to have the word soil factory in there, because that's really the purpose of it. We have the chickens in there. It's kind of like, well, we are growing soil in there. We're producing soil with the composting system that we have set up. So it's got to be chicken something and soil factory. So still fishing for names.
So they,
And Amanda, would you do me a favor for Carla? Would you let her know what areas you oversee for the
Yes.
city, just so she can have a general idea?
Sure. So I'm the Community Services Division Manager, and I oversee the special events, the large street events, the Taste of Alpharetta, Wire and Wood, events that happen primarily downtown in the past. I oversee the marketing and PR for our department, and I also oversee the urban agriculture program. Love it.
Okay. Any questions?
Thank you.
Mr. Casey.
Welcome, Carla.
Matt, would you?
Matt Casey. I'm Wills Park Manager. So I take care of Old Wills Park and the Equestrian Center. So there's always a lot going on at Wills. Starting with the T-ball scoreboard, actually got installed, and the sign got put up today. So we've got the electrician coming to wire all that, so we'll have that functioning hopefully by the weekend. Let's see, rec baseball, actually, the season ends this Saturday, and then next week starts up all travel. So we don't really have too much of an off-season before we get started back onto the baseball. The pool passed inspection, so Kara did a great job doing that, and right now what we're doing is, I don't know if you saw Morgan's picture, but we were getting the water slide waxed today, so it ought to pick up a little bit of speed.
Were you on it?
That was the first time that we had to do that, so.
I sent you a picture.
Yep, so the staff's been helping get out chairs, and, you know, we got some new chairs, and we're ready to get that season started. Last weekend at the Equestrian Center, we had the rodeo light. We basically had the rodeo event, but didn't have spectators. So we had a lot of people that were in the park came, checked it out, but it was just a competition event. We're bringing that event back next year. It's actually going to be a little bit bigger. It's going to be their rodeo finals, and then we'll have spectators and bleachers and be back to normal. So they were excited for 2022. And then this weekend at the Equestrian Center, we have the Bolshoi Benefit Horse Show. They are sold out with 280 horses. So it's going to be a really large event, cool horse show. They come in on Friday, compete Saturday and Sunday. And I think they have food trucks Friday night and Saturday night.
Oh, are they both? Okay.
Like, what's cool about them?
So this is a hunter jumper show. So that would be the discipline. So they're all types of horses. So anything from the crossrail ponies to the big jumpers. So it'll be a great event. So that concludes my report. Is there any questions?
Any questions? Just as a quick update.
Let me just make sure everybody understood that Friday night and Saturday night at the Equestrian Center, there's going to be food trucks. So the folks that are putting the horse show on wanted to bring food trucks, and we said we would tell folks. So you're going to see it on our social media stuff here in the next couple of days. So if you're looking for a place to have dinner Friday or Saturday night, there's a couple food trucks there. It's in a different location, and you can see the horses. You can see them jumping. You can see them hunting and jumping. And
Just sit in the stands, or is this an audition thing?
Nope, no admission. It's free. And it's the best view in town, so. Free food truck.
You mentioned that your son might be showing someday here?
He'll be showing in June. So
No specifics on that?
he'll be showing in June. Yeah, we're getting through graduation and everything here in the next couple of weeks, and then we'll get back to horse showing.
Will it be before our next recreation meeting, because we'll meet?
It will be right around that time.
So then you have to tell us when it is.
I will. I'll let you know, Cheryl.
I'll send an email, I'll make him.
Right, yeah.
It'd be fun, it'd be something fun to go on.
The new arena, any update on where we are?
So new arena bids, the bid is out, and we're getting that bid closes Friday.
Good.
So we're really excited to see who bids on that project and then kind of
That's
move
going where
forward
the old
with that.
maintenance shed was, is that right? Okay.
That's correct.
And maintenance shed is somewhere in the same process?
It's,
let me take that one.
yeah. Thank you.
No, it's not. It's not. The bids came back. They were much higher than we thought they were going to be. We started talking with the lowest bid, and that discussion didn't go anywhere. So we're basically going to drop back, reword everything, and try it again, because we weren't even close to the amount of money we had. So we're just going to give it another shot.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
we're kind of back to not square one, but we're, you know, it's kind of like in Monopoly. We didn't go all the way back, you know. We didn't go to jail. We just went back 3 spaces.
Okay.
So
Does that affect you having all the maintenance stuff in those stalls? Does that affect the operation of the?
It's challenging, but we're working with it. So,
challenge, that's good.
Challenging.
And it even got more challenging today, because if you know where from that parking lot, when you go to Wills Park, there's one little drive there that in the back of the park where you can get from the equestrian side to the Wills Park side, and it caved in, so we don't have a way to go now.
In the very back?
So now our maintenance guys are having to leave the back of the equestrian center and go all the way out to the front to get to Wills Park. So that just happened literally last night.
Everybody
and so we are.
oh, yeah.
Huh?
Just-
That road that passes.
That little bridge, yeah.
Collapsed.
Yeah, the pipe, the galvanized pipe inside it just finally collapsed after many, many years of service. So
How
we're,
many bridges is that this year in Wills Park that have?
this will be number 3.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
And it's really not a bridge, it's just a culvert. It was done by Fulton County probably over
So-
40 years ago.
But we've been able to, we're going to move quickly on this, because it doesn't take wood, it doesn't take engineered drawings. We're just going to be able to, hopefully just be able to dig it out, put down a pipe, rip wrap, and then get it working. So it's just challenging, everything. You know, it's all about that storm water and drainage and all this and the other, so.
Matt, what time did you say those food trucks were going to be out there? Friday and Saturday?
Friday, I believe 6:30, 7 o'clock on Friday. We'll send out
Yeah, we'll send out,
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
send
send out all the
something out
times.
with the exact, yeah, it will be.
and then it'll be after 5 on Saturday.
After 5.
Yes, ma'am. Any other questions?
Any other questions? I think we're good, Matt. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
Christine?
Good evening again.
Good evening.
Hi, Carla, and welcome. We're so glad that you're here. My name's Christine Young, and I'm the Recreation Services Manager, so I oversee all things recreation, including the youth athletic leagues and athletics and the Adult Activity Center, special needs, and all of our other instructional programming, and the pool as well. So just want to let you know what I'm doing. You guys can guess what I have in the future. Summer is still coming very fast. Very excited about the pool passing inspection. The pool looks beautiful. They've done such a great job setting it up. It looks very festive. The Sharks flags are up. And we have practices starting next week, I believe. It's going to be a little cold, but they're kids. You know, they get used to it. Kara hit the 50 guard hiring mark this week, which is fantastic for her. We are still looking for 2 counselors for our MVP zone camp, and we really need young men. So, because we have a lot of boys in camp, and we need to balance that out with our counselors. So if you know any young men who are looking for a job, send them my way. Or send them to the city of Alpharetta website, and they'll be able to go ahead and apply there. So it's just crazy right now. Again, we've got Preston Ridge coming online. You should have all gotten the invite for the open house next Saturday. I'll send one to you. And it's coming along. They have a few more punch list items, and then we'll be able to get in there and get everything set up. It is a beautiful facility, and it's going to be a great facility, especially for our active adults during the day, and already requests for a lot of rentals at that place. The only other thing that I really have is that we're looking forward to planning for the school year. That's already happening. Again, like Amanda said, Emily Shively has been working, well, it feels like round the clock. She's done such a great job helping me with Preston Ridge for the marketing with that, and working with the Y on that as well, and also starting to get our school year guide together. So that's my world right now. Oh, and by the way, Cheryl, I'm sorry, one other thing. The Adult Activity Center is having its open house on the 24th. Now, I don't know if Dixie sent out invites to all of you for that, but I'll make sure she does that tomorrow. and that's from 10 to 1, I think. And they're having ice cream and all sorts of fun things. And that site and Preston Ridge are both officially opening back up on June 1st. And the signs are down.
Oh, okay, because I was here today.
Were they down when you were there? Okay, yeah, believe me, that phone call happened very quickly. I said, those had better be down, because I'm going to hear about it tonight if they're not. And he should have taken them down, and he did, so. So that's it for me. Any questions?
Any questions?
All right, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
One little quick update, if you don't mind. One of the big reasons we're doing the open house at the Adult Center on the 24th is because during COVID, we took the opportunity to really kind of give that whole building an upgrade inside and some of the outside. So we're kind of showing the building off to the folks that are going to use that building prior to the one on the opening on the 1st. So if you can come up during that open house, we would really appreciate you coming and showing the support between 10, I think it's 10 and 2 on that, on
Was it 10 to
Monday,
2?
the
Yeah.
24th.
You're right, 10 to 2.
As we open that facility back up safely for our senior population, because they really, the majority of them really want to get back in and start doing some things. So we're excited about that.
And like the building looks phenomenal. It looks like a whole new building. They're painting the inside right now, so it's going to be pretty.
Great.
All right, thank you.
That's great. Thank you. Eric?
Hello, everybody. Hey. Welcome, Carla.
Thank you.
So my name's Eric Milley, and I'm Park Services Manager. So I'm responsible for, City Center, the Greenway, Webb Ridge, and North Park, and some of the little pocket parks all around.
And the Mid-Broadwell Park that she was in.
And the Mid-Broadwell Park, yeah. And the fountains everywhere, and, planters, trash cans,
Dog food station.
Yeah, that too, yeah. So, last month I mentioned we were gonna have, some volunteers out of North Park. Well, we didn't know how many we were gonna have. It was the, Church of Latter-day Saints, and they, it was their northern district, so it was a bunch of different churches in this, in this area. But anyway, it wound up being 145 volunteers, and on April 17th, and they spread over 200 yards of mulch, over 200 bales of pine straw. They dug trenches to define the mulch and stuff like that. So they worked about 3 hours, and it was all out at North Park. They did medians and all that, so they worked hard. They did a great job. They listened to instructions, and they got everything done. So, kudos to them. Out at Webb Ridge right now, they're cutting and prepping the upper field for sod. They'll probably, the field didn't get used last year as much as it normally did, so they're probably about 10,000 square feet. Not 10,000, 5,000 square feet is about what we can handle in-house. At Rock Mill, hopefully Thursday or Friday, I'll meet with the guy out there to get the boardwalk. We want to get that back open, so there's sections that need to be replaced. We're only doing the minimum for now, just to get it back open. Of course, people are walking on it anyway. It's just not safe. But anyway, we cleared the underbrush on the corner of Kent and Roswell, where the tree was taken down, across from the corner deli where that used to be. And right now, we're just gathering proposals for some of the field renovations over there at Innovation Academy and sod.
Okay.
So, and that concludes my report.
If for those newcomers, when he says the corner deli, he really means the pizza place.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mini Olivia, a pizza. He calls it
Yeah,
the
it used
corner
to be the
deli because
corner.
that's what it was called for many years.
Yeah.
So, just so in case you're wondering where the corner deli is.
Any questions?
Are we still on schedule for the Central City resurfacing of the green space? The turf?
Yeah, Kurt will probably talk about that.
Okay.
But yeah, as far as I know, everything's good to go.
Sorry about that, Kurt.
Yeah.
So, okay, thank you, Eric.
All right, thank you.
Kurt? Yep. How are you?
Well, hello. Harley, pleasure. I'm Kurt Kirby. I'm project manager for the department. And I mainly deal with a lot of the capital projects, park development, park improvements, park enhancements, pretty much for the department, not just one specific park. So, and working on Mid-Broadwell as well. And yes, just skip on down. Yes, we are doing turf replacement. Is on schedule. Sprint Turf is the vendor of contract. That is scheduled to be, installation is scheduled to begin on June the 1st. Weather permitting, should be about a 15-day process. With the way things are going now, it'll be a 30-day process. So we gave them to the end of June instead of the mid-June. Innovation Academy, Eric mentioned that. It is kind of going on in the home stretch. One of the big frustrating things, and it's not because of the people we hired, it's just the weather's not cooperating. We cannot get the sandblasting done until we can get the weather consistently above 60 degrees, so they can sandblast and paint, so it would adhere to the metal. So that's been on hold. But meanwhile, they've started the demo underneath the stadium, and that old concession building is gone. We're working on, we finalized some quotes for fencing and some replenishing the gravel under there so we can enhance the drainage and so forth. So we're moving forward on that, but a lot of that has to wait until basically the sandblasting is done, and then we can move forward. We're working on getting the front restrooms, the home sides, the least the one in best condition, the restrooms over at Innovative Academy going, trying to get the plumbing worked on and trying to get that operational as soon as possible. The visitor side restrooms are in pretty bad shape. There's a lot, they broke in, busted the locks out during construction, and they're in bad shape. And we're going to fix them, but we want to go ahead and at least get one of the restrooms operational. And so we're going to do that and hopefully get that up and going, the 1st of June.
The visitor side restrooms are the only ones for the baseball and softball fields as well, or are there more bathrooms down there by the baseball and softball fields?
You got two sets of restrooms, the ones on the home stands and also the ones you're talking about by the baseball. So they service the entire.
Oh, there's more. So there's actually 3 sets of restrooms: home side, visitor side, and baseball.
No.
No, visitor side is baseball.
Visitor side and the baseball. Yeah, there's one. Yeah.
And I didn't hear. Are the fields doing okay out there? The grass.
Yeah. The fields are fine. I mean,
Okay.
nobody's using them except for a few of the residents, and they're making the main stadium a dog park. But so they're going to be in great shape when they start soccer. And I think the irrigation's been finalized in the main stadium. Never mind. So we're getting there. But the stadiums, the fields are great.
Okay.
The multi-purpose field on the lower side looks great. Eric mentioned that we're going to be grading the baseball side up to make it into for youth soccer. Under 10 soccer.
Right.
So that's all moving along. It's going to really hit, really get into the home stretch, probably into this month and into June. And there's a lot going on, still going on with that project. The old Rucker Park retaining wall, I don't think I mentioned that last month, but they did finish that project, and it's completed, the turf green. And then the other projects that are coming up, the Wills Park Tennis Court resurfacing, that bid was awarded, and they're working on scheduling to get that done. It'll probably happen sometime this summer to work around the camps. North Park Playground, at fields 1 through 4, that's been awarded to Playcorps, and that, we're working on getting that equipment ordered, and the goal is to have that installed before they have the big softball tournament at North Park at the end of the summer. Beaver Creek Park, I know that we mentioned this before, where we had some collapsing sidewalks to the access to the Greenway. We're starting to get some of those figures back. I haven't even mentioned that to Morgan yet, but yeah, wow, it's pretty. Yeah, wow. So we're going to have to kind of work through that and see what we can do to make those expenses a little bit cheaper. Log cabin, I don't think you noticed it. If you noticed it or not, they were trying to activate this area. They got camps going on. So we're cleaning that area up and going to the final stages of that, trying to get that parking lot secure with some more light poles to kind of, border the parking lot area. And finally, we'll be working with a scout to try to get her Eagle Scout badge with installing a bocce ball court at North Park. And that's scheduled to begin this weekend.
Right.
And she hopes to get it completed in a couple weeks. Pretty aggressive plan, but we will make sure she doesn't fail. So we'll.
If I can just.
I'm sorry?
Where's it going?
Over there by the tennis courts at North Park. This is something that the senior adult program has wanted to do for several years now, and we just had an opportunity to take advantage of an Eagle Scout who really wanted to do something very aggressive and make an impact, and so we're close.
I just want to say Kirby has worked with this young lady for 60 days, 90 days, 2 or 3 months now, trying to find the right spot to put this in. So this is just kudos to Kirby for working all this stuff out.
Yeah.
Doing all this stuff, it's just great.
She's been very patient. She's and like I said, I'm proud of the way she's gone about it and the way and her aggressive plan. I didn't think she would get it to this point. I even said, hey, this is probably the most aggressive Eagle Scout badge project I've ever been around, and she went forward, and so we're at a point where we're going to actually get these things installed.
That's great.
So,
Where are you putting it, though? I'm kind of familiar with the tennis courts. Is it going next to the?
where the old horseshoes are.
Oh.
Yeah, in that area. It's just 2 courts. It's not, so. It's in that grassy area, so it'll come down. That concludes my report. Any questions?
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Is anyone doing Kim?
Kim is on vacation this week.
Okay.
And so there was a couple of things she wanted me to mention. First is that she wanted to remind you that the Cultural Arts Commission is now meeting and taking on the big thing they're taking on right now is the public art process. So I think she wanted to tell y'all, better be glad you're not part of that process. So, we appreciate the Cultural Arts Center and everything. The Cultural Arts Commission and the things that they're going through, because there is a lot of layers to that of public art. Talking about murals, you're talking about statues, you're talking about those kind of things.
Maintenance,
Keeping everything
contracts.
in line without restricting. You got to keep artists in line without restricting their creativity, and it's really it's going to be a tough process. But with the assistance of Arts Alpharetta, the Arts Alpharetta organization staff, and the Cultural Arts Commission, they're tackling that. So that's going to be exciting as that rolls out. She also wanted to mention that the summer camps at the Art Center are filling up, so we're glad to see that. The numbers are coming back, and we're going to have camps at the log cabin with a historical theme to them at the log cabin this summer. So those are really popular as well. So we're excited about that. And then the last thing she wanted me to remind you about is Paint the Town. That's coming in next Tuesday. It's a 5-day event. That's where we have 50 plus artists coming to Alpharetta, and they're going to be going out into public spaces and painting what they see, and then that art's going to be for sale. You can watch that you can watch them paint that and interact with them. They're going to have at the farmers market, there'll be some for sale, and then there's going to be a reception back at the Art Center where you can buy those paintings as well. So we're really excited about that. I envision this program growing as we move through the years, and it becoming just a major event here in our city, because we do have so much great scenes that can be painted and that people can enjoy. So keep your eye on that. That'll start next Tuesday.
Okay, great.
And go through Saturday. And so that's Kim's report. Since I'm next on it, I don't have much tonight, believe it or not. To be honest with you, I've had a really bad day, so I don't have a whole lot to say. I've had to change clothes 3 times, and I'll be glad to tell you how those happened. It started at 8:15 this morning with me in the creek. So, with muddy shoes and muddy pants and all like that, sure. So, I don't have much to report tonight. You do have on your, also put on your podium the names that we talked about last time, trying to formalize. I did add a couple of those, just so you know. There was a couple of names that came up to me. One of them for the Complex and Innovation Academy was Innovation Complex. That's another name. And then another one that came up for the corner of Highway 9 and Milton is Town Square. We had Town Green and was Town Square. I'm not saying I'm not favoring those names. I'm just telling you those were not talked about at the workshop. But we've got to, I think, Mr. Chairman, I would recommend maybe we talk about it again at the workshop and then try to start finalizing these names, particularly the Innovation Academy, because the fields at the Innovation Academy, we're going to start, hopefully in the summer, start playing on those, so we have to have a name.
Well, Morgan, are you and staff going to narrow some of these down so we don't?
We'll be glad to, if that's what you want to do.
I think rather than trying to choose from or decide on one of 8, one of 3 may be better.
3, okay. Well, then we're good on the Innovation Academy. We'll just work on the other one then.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And other than that, I can't, there is a lot of things going on right now. As you can imagine, there's talk about the bond referendum. The bond referendum, it's still very much alive with the city council. Right now, they're trying to prioritize those lists that I've shown you. Nothing has changed on the list. They're just trying to prioritize them. Because right now, with construction costs doing what it's doing like now, we simply know that some of the prices that we have on that list are just no longer valid. And so Public Works is literally working through our list to try to come up with better prices on those projects. Because some of them were dated back to 2018 and 19 for the master plans, and we know those prices have come up. And then there's a lot of conversation going on there with that. And then we're obviously right in the middle of the budget process as well. It's being approved right now. Right now, we're faring pretty well with the operating budget. It's just hope that it keeps moving that way. We weren't, last year, remember, we got a budget approved and then COVID hit, and we lost $285,000. So we just hope to get we were hoping to get back to that pre-COVID stuff, and it looks like we will.
That's great.
So, I'll be glad to answer any questions that you may have. There's just a lot of stuff going on right now, and it's all good stuff. I mean, again, hats off to the staff. We still have 4 positions that are frozen. 4 or 5. 5 positions that are frozen right now currently in the city. If a position becomes available for whatever reason, it is frozen and you have to get permission to hire that. There are certain positions that do that. We got permission when Valerie left to hire Ellie, and because we couldn't function administratively without that position. But currently, right now, we're down 5. 3 of them are really crucial to us. We have one at Wills Park, one at North Park, and one at the Greenway. No, one at Webb Bridge. North Park, Webb Bridge, and Wills Park. Parks workers. And so I'm pushing as hard as I can for those to get unfrozen. So we'll just see what happens on that. So.
I'm asking you to just do one thing. You made a walk of the Greenway out toward Union Hill Park about a week or so ago. How is everything looking out there?
Everything's looking real good. There are so first at the workshop we talked about a possible tour, and as happens when I'm talking, I don't write things down. So I promised a Greenway tour, and then I didn't think about it again until Jet, like the night before sent me an email, said, what time are we leaving tomorrow? And I said, oh, shoot, not really, but that's, and so I just apologized. So I sent out the email saying we aren't doing it because I forgot. So I'd be glad to reschedule that, but I would tell you the Greenway is looking really good.
Good.
That we're still looking for it to be open somewhere around Memorial Day. So if you go out to Union Hill now, they have actually gotten the boards,
Sidewalk?
the concrete boards to Union Hill now.
Oh, that is
If you go down Windward, you can see where they put that bridge, the final pedestrian bridge along Windward Parkway is installed. They got to move. And so everybody will know next week they're going to be tearing up that sidewalk that they put in and moving it over 4 feet on Windward. So, yeah, it needs to be over because it's like that close right now. So they're moving it over 4 feet. But they're on track for that to open
Memorial Day. Wow.
right before Memorial Day.
That's
So we're
great.
really excited about that. That's a game changer when you add 1.5 miles to your probably most used asset, which is the Greenway. So it's exciting.
Any other questions for Morgan? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have anything else we need to discuss? Can I get a motion to it?
Move to adjourn?
Can I get a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Yes, I'd say you don't have to do it, so it's not me that's making you do it.
I know, she's supposed to cut us off.